social media for me, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a necessary evil, right? I know that just sounds like necessary, me personally, it didn't work for me. So I found myself faking it. I'm just gonna be honest. I was buying followers. As soon as the blue check mark came for sale, I was trying to buy that. I was like a fiend. Let me get that blue check mark. I'm getting scammed left, right, trying to get that blue. Like I was so in it for the wrong reason. It was clout over legacy. So it wasn't good for me. And then, for me, I found myself realizing how fake people are. You'll know people, be able to call people on the phone, but yet you'll post something and no one will comment, or people will just watch your story. They know you, mind you. You guys have a great relationship. Y'all talk on the phone, y'all. But when you start posting your art and your content, there is crickets. And you're like, well, what? And it makes it. I feel like it can ruin relationships because you start thinking, well, does this person really support me? Like, I mean, well, I support you as a person. I don't support your art. And it's like, okay, but I'm showing you love on what you post. So why aren't you showing love? And you just start getting caught up in the wrong things because it's like, man, just post, man, just do. Why you got to worry about? But that's what they want you to. The endorphins, right? The dopamine, right, from getting that like and getting that view and being seen and validated by people that know you or people that don't know you. And so it for me, it wasn't good. I think for people that have large circles, for people that grow up in families and communities, I think that's the intended purpose for it. I think that's what Zuckerberg was trying to go with. Like, hey, if you're on college campus and you're a part of this club and this organization, there's a way for you to keep track of these people. There's a way to keep track of these people. But as a music person, I think it distracts from the art itself. I think you get wrapped up in marketing before you actually create the product, right? If you think about any industry, they test that product over and over and over and over again until one day it just becomes a hit, right? Whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whatever it is, that product got to be tested in the market in real time. So they're creating marketing strategies, but you can't create a marketing strategy for something that ain't proven to work, that people don't like, right? You say, okay, people like this. How do I market it? But you will never know if people like it if you don't put it out, right? You can't create a marketing plan and then create the product. You create the product, you test the product. If people like the product, then you create the marketing plan because now you're in your lane, right? And I feel like it's become backwards, or I should say ass backwards when it comes down to the music. People are creating a whack product and then they spend all the money on marketing. And so maybe it blows up because the marketing is there, but then there's no product really. So something that you see it all the time. These artists blow up. The product hasn't been developed. We need to go back to A&R development. Artist development is something that needs to happen in the music industry once again, right? Develop the artists. These guys aren't developed. They don't have media training. They don't know how to turn their pain into music. They just know how to party, right? Life ain't all rose petals and drinking and in the club having sex. You gonna go through some shit. You're gonna go through some shit and you're gonna have to be able to not turn to drugs, not turn to sex, not turn to partying. You're gonna have to turn to that booth and channel it. And if you cannot do that, if you gotta be intoxicated or high every time you make a song, you will not survive in the music industry. There's an old sermon called Swallowed by the Whale. My mom used to watch it all the time. And that's what the music industry is. It's a whale that is swallowing up artists. Right? So you have to know thyself, know thy path, and walk it. And the only way you're going to know that path is by walking, right? You can't think about the path like, okay, I'm going to walk this way, walk that way. You know, you may never take the first step. So I think social media is necessary for people that have it like that. But for people that are true artists, you need to learn how to tap into that because that's a beast, right? And I'll end it with this quote. You either live by the cheers or die by the booze.